Peace. Tasty Tate here once again, back at it, out here in nature. I don't know which way to. It's pretty good right now. So, hope everyone's having an amazing day. I sure am. It's beautiful out here in the sun. Gorgeous, not raining. I just got this tripod. Anyways, just want to remind everyone just how beautiful they are, and just want to talk a little bit about how to stay calm, how to stay healthy, how to love life, how to start feeling alive, becoming your best version. I've been working on this for a few years now, and yeah, I can give you a little backstory on me. My name's Taylor Monroe Gracia. I was born down in Burbank, California, and I was born to my mom was a doctor, and I was just born. I grew up going to school and watching TV and eating processed foods and watching movies, and grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s. But yeah, now it's a lot different. So in the past few years, I started realizing the things that were serving me and the things that were not serving me, and I was a consumer like the most of us are. Just consuming music, not only in TV and the news, and it's all negative, and it's not really what's happening. If you don't watch the news, if you don't do that, you start to realize that you really have control over your whole life. You don't have to work the job you're working at. You don't have to, if it's not going your way, you can change it. You don't belong to anyone. Just being born, you're free. You have the freedom to do whatever. And you should have the confidence. And that's one thing I'm working on, is my confidence and loving life again, I want to say, yeah, there's so many just levels to our being. So there's our ego that, I was taught in school, what are you going to be when you grow up? You have to have it all figured out. And it's I wasn't even taught, what I really am, I'm not just a body. I'm not just a human. I'm a spirit. I'm a soul. I'm immortal. I'm an infinite being. I have a body, I have a mind, but that's not me. That's just a part of me. I'm really a soul, a spirit, infinite. We're eternal. Everything we do echoes out into eternity. Isn't that just beautiful? It's amazing. So I started a few years ago. My dad started, I was eating just a lot of, just whatever was there, a lot of processed food, a lot of goldfish and soda and meat and dairy. And luckily I was a kid, so I had all this bursting energy just bursting out of me, so I never really had any problems. And I'm so lucky for that. I'm surprised I don't have something like diabetes or whatever. But then I started eating better. I was constipated. I would go days without pooping, and I didn't even know how to poop. I just was taught what my mom was taught. Just go to school, just do what society says, And have kids and then die. No. But over the past few years, I was already pretty athletic and pretty exercised quite a bit. I had a dog, so I played football and I go to the beach and play basketball. I miss playing basketball at the park. I was always, I've always been into hiking. I'm out here as much as I can. I just went surfing the other day. But I always feel great when I work out. It's just like I can feel great. And I remember that from football. They put us to the test, They had us running, just sprinting and then weightlifting and just putting our body to the test. So I really knew my limits. I knew what I could lift. I knew how far I could run non-stop, and it wasn't the hardest sport out there. And I was pretty lazy too. But that's all I remember from this life, But I have many lives. We have many, many lives. We've been here forever. So it's another thing. I started meditating more, learning about the third eye and the fluoride that I've been drinking for a while. And shout out to Ralph Smart and Sadhguru and Yogananda. And I have been to college. I didn't get a degree or anything, but I learned a lot. It was amazing. It's pretty fun. I came across, took some English. I kind of like that. I came across this book. It's called 100 Greatest Essays. One of my teachers, when I was down in LA, I moved down there for a little bit with my mom. So I've lived born down in Burbank. I've lived all in California. Right now I'm on the Central Coast. But yeah, I was down in at the college, LACC, and our teacher, English professor, had us reading this book called 100 Greatest Essays. And one thing I'll never forget is an essay by Benjamin Franklin called Arriving at Perfection. And that book, he had all these virtues. You can, look it up. Yeah, look it up. So he had all these virtues, and each day he would try to do all of them. And so he was all about not eating, everything in moderation, keeping a calm temper, never talking bad about people. If you're gonna say something, only speak for the benefit of others or yourself. Always be employed in something useful. Don't gossip about people and destroy their character. Just things like this. Don't be eating too much. Never indulge too much. And yeah, it's just basically just having that fire, that passion, that once you know what you are here to do on planet Earth, nothing will stop you. You will get there. Whatever it is, and we're here to find our talents. I know many of us are in school, we're working jobs, we're working 2 to 3 jobs, we have kids, we have family members pressuring us, and it can get very hectic. And if you know what you want to do, that's great, that's beautiful. Keep it up. Good job, keep it up, keep going. That's amazing. But if you don't, do your best at your job. You can learn from, that's another thing, is attitude is everything. Having a good attitude about every situation, because ultimately, we can't control what happens outside of us. We can only control what happens inside, our inner being. That is the truth. And many of us, we try to control what's outside of us, and we become victims. We think we're victims, and we're really not, because we have control over what we eat, what we consume on all five senses, on all the five senses. We have the power to back out of situations in a respectful way. You don't have to be nice to everyone, but I mean, for peace of mind, you can tell even your parents, like, you just got to leave me alone. Or your loved ones, just say, you got to just give me space. You got to let me be. And I hope they understand, because we're in the age of Aquarius now. So we've been in the age of Pisces for, about, it's like roughly 2,000 years. And it was the age of I believe, all those like religious doctrines and all that. I believe, and then now we're in the age of Aquarius, which is the information age, where everything is like at our fingertips. And we're in the age of I know. Remember that big apocalypse thing that was happening in 2012? Everyone thought the world was gonna end. Oh my God. Everything is gonna explode. They're gonna bomb us. We're going into a black hole. The sun's shrinking. Zombies are coming out. Dinosaurs are coming back. We're screwed. Nah, I wasn't really scared. I was totally exposed to everyone freaking out. What is this? And it was all based on the Mayan calendar, which is a big zodiac. Now we have the zodiac that happens throughout the year, the 12 zodiac signs, but the planet has a zodiac too. And it's about every 25,000 years. And so about every 2,000 years it goes to the next one. And it's based off of the equinox and the way that the planet is on a little bit of a wobble. So it's not spinning perfectly like a top. It's on a little bit of a wobble. So it's like, whoa. And so that's how it goes. But anyways, like, I've given up a lot of things to be more connected with nature. I've stopped looking at my phone so much. I've stopped comparing myself to other people. I just compare myself to myself, like how I was yesterday, or the day before, or last week. Because ultimately, what we do now is the most important. And I am this. I am three most powerful letters, two most powerful words you can ever say. Because anything that comes after that, well, that's what you become, So I am an infinite being. I will inspire people to stay in the moment and become your greatest version. Do what you came here to do. Find out what it is, like, however you want to do that. But I stopped using fluoride toothpaste, the Colgate. I started using fluoride-free toothpaste, started drinking alkaline water, started taking like cold showers, waking up earlier. I eat like sometimes one meal a day, sometimes I don't eat at all, but I feel great. Everything's in the mind is what I'm figuring out, is that we're probably the ones that are stopping ourselves. No one else is stopping you. It's really yourself. And it's okay. Like, we're not all meant to do the same thing. We're, don't follow the masses. We're all authentic and unique. And we just have to find our talents and whatever that is. If it's painting, and dream big. You know, we're like royalty. We're like gods and goddesses down here. We're not peasants. And that's the ego. You think the ego is for our survival, yes, to tell us apart and to recognize and all that, and it shows our authenticity, but it can also harm you if you're comparing yourself to other people. Like if you don't have a degree and you're comparing yourself to like doctors and to like celebrities and to like I'll never amount to that, I'll never do this, well, it's okay. Like you are that. You have it in you. You are the architect of your life, and you can change. You have a choice every day, every moment, to live with fear or love. And I try to choose love, because when I live with fear, it's never fun. And then I don't talk to pretty women. I don't say what I want to say. I can't express myself. And then I don't get a reaction, you know? And I want a reaction. I want to cause something. I want to create a reaction and stir up the world or whatever I'm here to do. If it's to stay calm and just be like, hey man, like, do whatever you want. Just love what you do. Just be happy. Find out how to be happy. Don't do it for anyone else. Do it for yourself. I know people that I know a lot of my friends that are they're like too attached to material things, or they're watching too much TV, or they're playing too many video games. And I used to be there, and it's like all part of the journey, but it just, everything takes practice too. Like it matters, like I have a full-time job. It doesn't matter like your job you have. What matters more is what you're doing with the other 16 hours that you're not at work or school, you know? And school's great, and you look good, smell good. What do you think about the beard? Should I grow it out? I got the beard oil. What do you think about my hair? Am I gonna grow it out? Should I grow it out? I love it how it is right now. I'm like, I love myself, really do. But should I grow it out? Should I shave it? I mean, it's looking pretty good right now. It's coming in more, a little bit. I feel better. I've been eating really clean. I've been eating like spirulina and kale and arugula. I'll just eat it straight up, just like once at a time, you know? I never thought I would be a vegan. I never thought that. I didn't even know what that was like a few years ago. What the hell is that? Why am I gonna stop eating meat? Like I just didn't even see like the big deal. It's like, all right, just meat. But then I figured out, oh yeah, it's very heavy, it's very dense. We're here to fly. The lighter you are, the easier it is to fly. So now that I'm more into like meditation and higher realities, and I know like our capabilities, and I know all the possibilities of astral travel and activating your Kundalini energy and like the spine and the chakras and all that, that I'm working on every single day. It makes sense that we don't need such dense foods. I used to think that back when I would, back along my early journey back in the day, way back in the Maybach, y'all. I was working out, and I was like, yeah, I need to bulk up, and I need to eat all this heavy food, and then I would need all this caffeine and sugar, and I would just sleep and just be so sluggish. But I had the big muscles, and I was getting bigger, and but I just don't have that desire anymore. It's like the complete opposite. I'm like, whoa, I don't even need to eat, really. Not that much, but when I do eat, sometimes I only eat one meal a day. I'm getting really good. I can't even eat 3 meals a day now. I used to eat big old bowl of cereal, like almost the whole box, almost a whole gallon of milk, like for breakfast, no water. Pee was like bright red, like orange. But I was still like running around and like doing stuff, and I was eating just like chips and just all this stuff. And then I started eating. Then my dad, he was on this blood type diet, and so he came over, and he was, so me and my dad, I was separated from him at like 4 years old. I went like 11, 12 years. Me and my mom, we had no idea. We didn't know where he was, if he was alive or anything. We just didn't know like anything about him. So we went like quite a long time just wondering. But we were living it up too. We were living life and all that. But when he came into the picture, my mom didn't introduce veganism. I mean, she didn't eat that much, really. I ate way more than her. I ate like all her leftovers and stuff. She started eating a little bit healthier, but she was still, that's how she was a doctor in internal medicine. And so yeah, my mom, this is like a lot I'm saying right now, but so she didn't really learn too much about nutrition, and she didn't eat. I lived with her for 20 years, so I know like she didn't really eat like a lot of raw foods and like veggies. She ate salads every once in a while and like salmon, but she ate a lot of processed foods and stuff like that. But her love was unconditional. She wanted the best for me, and she did her best. And she's off, she's off doing other things now. She passed away a few years ago, but it's all right. I do miss her dearly, but I learned a lot from her, and I have the good memories, and I stay in the present. So hindsight's 2020, and I realize now I know to stay away from pharmaceuticals and the processed food, and to exercise, and I don't need to go to school. I can study on my own. I'm better if I study on my own. I can meditate. I mean, if you learn how to meditate, you tune in to the universal consciousness, which is supreme to anything, any book you'll read. The universe start working in your favor. And when that happens, well, it'll just line up and everything will start working for you. That new laptop you want, you'll get it. The new car you want, the camera you want, the plane tickets you want. You'll start finding your talents. It'll just start coming to you. Abundance is there. Prosperity. Abundance is there. It's how the universe works. Just so many of us are not tuned into it. But so yeah, we need to tune into it, and if that means whatever that means, going out in the mountains by yourself, go camping, off the grid, no technology, go for a road trip, rent out an RV, hit the road. If that means picking up a new hobby or a new skill, or I stopped listening to the music I was listening to. I still do. I've started listening to 432 hertz music, classical, like Mozart, Beethoven, depending on the mood I'm in. I like Tribe Called Quest. I like Journey. Yeah, it's what I was listening to. So it's a challenge every day to stay positive and to stay in the moment and try to make people's days better and easier and spread wisdom. And I have a lot of work to do. My life is far from perfect, but it's getting better every single day. Things are looking out. The universe is working for me, and I hope it's working for everyone else too, because there's plenty of good, positive energy to go around. You can never have too much. I just love standing out here, honestly. This is great. Now I can just sit here and talk and say whatever I want. But yeah, Yogananda, Autobiography of a Yogi, super influenced my life, super inspirational. Figured out everything's from within, it's not from without. You gotta go within, you gotta embrace your flaws, your imperfections, your good days, your bad days, your ugly days. You gotta embrace it all. You gotta forgive yourself, and you gotta be responsible, because life is not happening to you, it's responding to you. Start being responsible for your actions. Don't blame other people. You are the architect. I understand it gets hard at times. You don't want to do it. You don't even want to go outside. You don't want to stop drinking. You don't want to stop hanging out with that person. You don't want to quit your job. You're scared to tell people this. You got to be honest with people. You got to be honest with yourself more. But if people are not resonating with you, if it's not working out, you got to let them know. Even your parents. Some parents think like you own the kid, like they're yours. They're gonna do what you want. Like you're like your parents tried to raise you and tried to, like form you, like try to shape you. You know, like you're gonna be this. But I think our parents influenced us too much, to where they didn't even know what they truly were. So they're trying to get you to accomplish what they haven't accomplished, you know? But it's so true, because I mean, if you don't do something, you're probably gonna push someone else to try to do it, you know? Try to get the lighting nice in here. Whoa, it's hard. Well, I don't have like this is actually pretty good like that, yeah. Whoa. But yeah, yeah, don't go with the masses. Start being a creator. Create the life you want. You are the architect. You are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. And also look in people's eyes when you talk to them. They really like that, especially women. Look into their soul. Be honest. It doesn't mean always faking it. It doesn't mean always trying to be happy. It means being honest with yourself, with your emotions. It's okay to feel. All it is energy and motion. It's okay to feel. It's all normal. Some of us are desensitized from the Call of Duty and from the wars and all this trauma we see, and all these scary movies and all this like music and stuff, and it's desensitized us to where we think that feeling sad and crying or feeling depressed is bad, and it's really not. It's what we are. We're made of light, like light energy. We're made of stardust, but we have these emotions, and we have these things that we have to work out, that we're going through. We're all on a journey, and we're all on a journey together. And as far as the whole universe goes, we're all like in the same universe, but we're all so unique, and we're all so authentic. And that's the beautiful thing, is that no two are alike. No two souls are alike. Even though they came from the same source, they're not alike. Just like no two snowflakes are alike. So we're not like, we're made of the same material, but we're so unique, You know what this is made out of? Boyfriend material. So yeah, all the ladies out there, I am single. Yes, I know, that's surprising, I know. But I'm very patient. I don't try to force things. And not everything is going right in my life. Not everything. So my life's not perfect. So I'm not so edgy. I'm not desperate, I don't really care about the ego. It's not like I have to have a pretty lady with me to live life. I'm perfectly comfortable with myself, whether I'm with people or not. When I'm with people that I love, that love me for who I am, that's just a bonus. But my main goal is to love myself and become very comfortable with myself, and to get out of my comfort zone. That's a big thing that I'm working on, is to get out of the comfort zone, conquer my fears. That's what life's really about, is trying new things. It's all a movie, man. We're all just characters in this big movie. Like, shout out to Shakespeare. We're all just, you like, think about movie actors. Like, they can switch it up like that, It's like we can change our whole, like, reality. Like, that's just, it blows my mind is blown, like, every day, just from knowledge itself, just from the age we're living in, to where you have to learn, you have to know how to research. Yes, I've had a lot of time since I don't go to school. I don't have kids. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I have a job. Yes. I have, a car payment. Yeah, I pay all my own bills. I pay my rent. But yeah, it's still amazing. Like, the opportunity's there. I'm so lucky where I'm at. It's just beautiful out here. The birds are singing. I'm squinting at the sun. What do I do now? What else do I have to say? To meditate, and to say, like what Yogananda says, that we're much more than humans, men and women, that we're all just pieces of consciousness. And we're here to master the five senses. And we're so much more than just the five senses. And truly being spiritual means that spiritual means beyond the five senses. So if you're not like conscious of when you are beyond the five senses, which we all are every single night, whether you're meditating or sleeping. You can meditate anytime, but if you're not like super consciously meditating, which means you're aware of the different consciousnesses, the different wavelengths, like, of the brain, and the different parts of the brain. So right now it's like we're in the we have to be attentive and alert. We're in the I believe it's the beta frequency of the brain. It's all out here. We're all like alert. We're all ready. It's like we're in survival mode almost. Some of us get too attached to it, and that's the suffering, is that we are not desiring something deeper within, something more, or you just don't know about it. So I'm just here to remind people of what we truly are and what we truly desire, what is worth striving for. And it's really from within, because if you go within and you help yourself from within, then you're ready for the world. Then you're ready for anything, because the best shelter is inside your soul. That's the best shelter that you'll ever find, is inside. And once you have that connection with the universe, with your inner self, with your higher self, that is when you can just say, woo! Feels so good. Then you can do anything. Then you will manifest. Then you'll look at life never the same again. And you'll just say, thank you. Every moment you'll just be walking with reverence. Like in The Seat of the Soul, Gary Zukov talked about reverence and respecting all things and like all life, and just his dream for the planet, just walking with reverence, not harming the animals, not harming the plants, because I mean our universe runs off of karma, and we get what we put out. And I've noticed that along this journey, is that you totally get what you put out. If you talk bad about people, you're probably going to get it back. If you talk good about people, then you're going to get it back. And you get it's the as below. It's also based off of the 7 Hermetic principles. So many things that I love researching. And yeah, but Tasty Tay, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. Ask me questions, Ask me anything. Tell me anything. Any comments, anything. Let me know how I can bring better energy, what I can do. I'm here to help. Let me know. Put me to work, baby. Put me to work. I'm ready. Let's have a beautiful day. Peace out. You want a piece of this? Yeah. Bam, phone's about to die.